You said that you got real involved in the streets real early on, right? Like, were you hustling early, or were you like stick up kid? What were you doing?
I mean, I did a little bit of everything. I mean, I did, like I said, it was just a matter of however I could get some paper that day, or you know what I'm saying. To me, at the time, not coming home with money was a failure. So if I didn't come home with money that day, I was a failure. So however way I could get it that day, I would get it. If something came up, I would, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to do whatever. And for a long time when I was younger, I was just really like, I was really just, I would say like, I didn't think about too much. As long as I could figure out how to get the bread out, that's all I cared about. As I got older, I was put in a position where I had to hustle to help, take care of my brothers. My mom, she was an alcoholic and she had her troubles or whatever the case may be. And she had her troubles or whatever the case may be. And, she had gone through her shit and she had left us for a while. And I had to step up and really take care of the situation. So I really had to hustle at that time period. And then, but like I said, in the midst of all that, in my mind, I'm like, damn, it got to be some type of better situation for me because this don't have no longevity. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? What I'm doing don't really got no longevity. So I really was trying to focus on a way out. So I would really focus on music and I would really focus on doing, running around with the streets and running around with, the kings and just doing things that I had to do because at the time it's an all or nothing type of deal. Like you either get it or you don't, and if you don't, then you are basically food for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, so I stopped. Like I try to fall back from the streets. Like I said, my mans and them helped me when I came to Long Island. My mans and them got me some gear, and they helped me stay focused on the music a little bit more. And then time went on a little bit, and I got more focused on the streets again, and that's how I ended up locked up. Was being focused on the streets again.
How old are we talking?
I would say like 18. I caught an armed robbery charge when I was 18.
And so
And
how much time did you do?
well, luckily I ain't have to do no time for that. So what happened was, it was me and two other people that did it. I got one of the people that did it with us wrote a statement on both of us, and so at the time, so I got a lawyer, and his name was Ed Burke Jr. But his dad was like a fucking his father was like a Supreme Court justice, so he was a well respected lawyer from Southampton. So I had to pay him a pretty penny. Well, basically, he sat me down and he was like, "You got to give me X amount of dollars, and I'm gonna tell you right now, half is gonna go right in my pocket, and the other half I'm gonna take on the boat with the judge, and I'm gonna tell him da da da, and we gonna get you." Some probation or whatever the case may be. So I ended up getting basically 8 years probation for that. So I was on 8 years of probation,
Damn.
which really,
8 years?
yeah. So I got on probation for that, and I was doing good. Shit was good. I was focused on working. I had did even though I wasn't like addicted to no crazy drugs, I opted to do drug programs and just so I could get my shit off faster and get these certificates or whatever they wanted me to get. So I did what I did. And on my 21st birthday, I caught a DWAI, which is driving while ability impaired. It was my 21st birthday. I had just went to go to dinner with my pops and shit. We had drank a little drink with dinner, and I had driven back. And the police in that area just knew who I was, and they was really fucking with me. So they had followed me from that area all the way till about where I lived and pulled me over, and I got that. So that extended my time now. So I'm fighting that. I'm fighting the other shit. They trying to run it concurrent. So all in all, I end up getting 10 years probation. So after that, now I'm like, yo, the craziest thing is like, I'm having kids at this time now.
Hmm.
So now it's like, I got kids. I'm working with my team, but it's not feeding us right now, and I gotta take care of my kids. So I end up absconding from probation so I could go down south and work with my uncle and take care of my kid at the time. And so I abscond from probation, and then I end up coming back. For whatever reason, I end up coming back. You know, long story short, I end up coming back, and now I'm just on the run. So now I'm like, damn, I can't really do nothing. So I go back to the street shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really put my name on nothing really quick because they gonna find me. So I'm not really trying to do that. So I run back to the street shit. Now I'm going street shit crazy, and you know, it just caught up to me. So I get caught up with the probation, and I have to max out on my time. So I came home about, now it's been like 6 years, I think, since I've been home. But yeah, I had to they want me to go up north and all that shit, and I had already been on probation for so many years, and I had to write a letter to the Supreme Court and all that shit, and they did a Supreme Court hearing in the jail for me and do all this shit because I ain't want to go up north, man. I ain't want to have to do that up north number and all that shit because I already was on probation. I already served like probably like 6 years of that 8-year probation. They didn't give me no fucking good time. They didn't give me no nothing, man. I wasn't gonna keep sitting on there. I ain't have no work in New York at the time. I was like, yo, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go feed my fucking kid. Like,
Right.
it's just logic, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't want to hear that shit, you know. So I ain't want to do that. So long, you know. Long story short, man, that's what. At the time when I got relocked up again, I was going crazy in the streets again. And this time when I came out, I was just on some different shit, man. I learned a lot. This time around. I learned a lot about who I am. I learned a lot about the people that come around and the people that are around me. I learned a lot about, in general, just life, man, and how to conduct myself. So everything that I've been through as far as the street stuff goes, which I'm totally away from now. You know, not, you know, like, I'm still a king. I still love my brothers. I still love my nation. But my brothers and my nation are for positivity, and we for uplifting, you know, our community and uplifting people in general. So they understand what I'm doing, and they on that wave too. So we on that wave now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we at with it now, in the time and place we are today. And I'm grateful for going through all of that trials and tribulations and learning from my stupid little mistakes that I was making that I could have handled differently. But it all brought me to this place I am today mentally, and I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
So how much time did you end up doing in jail?
So altogether, it ended up being like a good 18 months, I would say. So we're supposed to do
Okay.
two. We're supposed to do 2 years. Like I said, I had already did 6. I was already 6 years into the probation. So they wanted me to finish out the rest of my time, but they wanted to fuck me with an up north number. So I don't know if you know about that, but if you go up north after being on probation for 6 years, you have a post parole after you go up north. So they wanted to lock me back up, have me do my time for the rest of the shit that I had just been on 6 years probation for, and then go up north and then do the 2 years up north and come back and have parole again.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to fuck me. So I was like, you know what? I met a guy in jail, some white dude, and he was fucking smart as shit, man. And I don't even know why he was in that shit. It was for some fucking money laundering shit or some shit like that. Some fucking smart ass crime. And he wrote the letter actually for me to the Supreme Court to do the whole process of doing the shit. He wrote the letter for me and made sure that it got there. And he was actually the reason why I got the why I was able to get the why I was able to just do my 18 months in county and fucking finally be off that shit since I was 18.